Liquidity risk versus interest rate risk. How banks can manage both. In the world of banking, managing risks is crucial for long-term success. Two key risks that banks face are liquidity risk and interest rate risk. Let's delve into what these risks are and how banks can effectively manage them. Liquidity risk. What is liquidity risk? Liquidity risk is the risk that a bank may not have enough liquid assets to meet its short-term obligations. In simple terms, it's about having enough cash on hand to cover withdrawals, fund loans, and meet other financial commitments. How banks can manage liquidity risk. Maintain sufficient cash reserves. Banks can ensure they have enough cash reserves to meet unexpected withdrawal demands or payment obligations. Diversify funding sources. By diversifying funding sources, such as using a mix of deposits, interbank borrowing, and capital, banks can reduce their dependency on a single funding channel. Stress testing. Banks can conduct stress tests to assess how they would fare under adverse conditions, helping them identify potential liquidity gaps and take preventive actions. Interest rate risk. What is interest rate risk? Interest rate risk is the risk that fluctuations in interest rates will have a negative impact on a bank's earnings and financial position. Banks with a large portfolio of fixed-rate loans are particularly exposed to interest rate risk. How banks can manage interest rate risk. Asset liability management. ALM involves managing the bank's assets and liabilities in a way that minimizes interest rate risk. Interest rate derivatives. Banks can use interest rate derivatives, such as interest rate swaps or options, to hedge against adverse interest rate movements and protect their earnings. Managing both risks simultaneously. While liquidity risk and interest rate risk are distinct risks, they are interconnected, and managing them in isolation may not be sufficient. Here are some strategies for banks to manage both risks simultaneously. Integrated risk management framework. Establishing an integrated risk management framework that considers both liquidity risk and interest rate risk is essential. Liquidity and interest rate risk contingency plans. Developing comprehensive contingency plans that address various scenarios of liquidity shortage and adverse interest rate movements is crucial. In conclusion, effectively managing liquidity risk and interest rate risk is vital for banks to maintain financial stability and achieve long-term sustainability. By implementing robust risk management practices and staying attuned to market dynamics, banks can navigate challenges and seize opportunities in a rapidly evolving financial landscape. Want to learn more? Claire Trithel on LinkedIn.